I got face right now.
So stupid.
You are. We all know you're the stupid one here today.
And every day. You have to.
Welcome everybody to the Lunchtime Banter Podcast. I am your host Jora, alongside with my co-host Kevin Gurjot and Preeti, and welcome to another fine episode.
Yeah.
And today we're not going to discuss Game of Thrones. We'll let everybody catch up and watch it. We're
No,
not
you
gonna.
guys better catch up fast.
You guys got like a week
I know.
tops.
We're not going to spoil it for you.
Maybe 2 weeks.
We got feelings, and we want to talk about those feelings at some point.
I have very strong feelings.
But for the time being, we will not be ruining it for you. So you're welcome.
Yeah, we
Yes.
don't want to get beat up like that guy in China
Yeah.
who fucking ruined Endgame for people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, well, what the fuck? The guy walked out of the movie just yelling out spoilers.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do Endgame spoilers?
No,
No,
No.
that's too soon.
that's 1 month.
Really?
You
Remember
gotta
we
give one
discussed
month,
this.
1
1
month
month.
grace, man.
You guys get your shit together.
You okay? Oh, we're gonna talk about getting your shit together.
We
What if
literally
didn't
had to watch the Game
We
of Thrones.
just watched the Game of Thrones finale
Oh
again.
man, not
because
even
of
24
you.
hours.
Don't
Fuck
lie.
yourself.
But still, we had to watch it right before the episode just so we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Nevertheless, I never forced you guys to.
we had.
You
to,
were
we had
basically
to. It was-
whimpering like a
I
little
know.
baby. I
No,
could
I
see it in
didn't.
your eyes.
No,
You were just like, oh
it
my
was
God.
bottling. It was bottling up in me. I had to say
I know,
something.
right?
Either it was gonna get ruined for you, or we watched goddamn episode.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
I never said it. You guys wanted to talk about it so bad that we had
Anyways,
to watch
how
it.
do you feel about when people spoil the shit for you guys?
Like we
We
discussed.
talked about this last
Yeah,
time.
we
We grinds our
just-
gears.
We
Fuck
literally
those
discussed
people.
it. Fuck those people that passed this over. Sorry, listeners.
Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we talking about today?
You guys hear about the abortion laws in America?
I've been hearing memes
Georgia.
about them.
Yeah, a lot of memes about
It's all in the dirty South, isn't it? All of it?
it.
Most of it?
It's Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, and Georgia. And I think
Wait, Kentucky's not south, is it?
Even in Ohio?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, hi. Oh.
I think all of those states have a Springfield.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure there's a Springfield. There's so many
there's
Springfields.
so many. They're like in
Wow.
every fucking
Yeah,
state
yeah.
almost.
That's why Simpsons
That's
always like
why-
allude to
yeah.
like what state they're actually in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
They're one of those shows that doesn't. Even when they do like zoom ins and stuff, they do weird stuff. They go randomly to other places.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in those states, Missouri as well, Louisiana, and maybe even most likely Alabama, just because they're fucked.
That's the one
That's
I've
the
been
main
hearing
one,
about.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I've been hearing about.
But basically, it's like abortions are going to be outlawed. It's like illegal to have them once they've established a heartbeat, which
The-
could be like
Yeah, I think
in
the
6
only like exception now is if there's medical issues for the mom.
Yeah.
If like it's
Yeah.
like life or death for the mom, then they would
Yeah.
do an abortion.
You know, the weird thing is with this also comes up conversation of rape, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And what happens in those cases. I swear some of the stuff that some individuals are writing online, it just blows my mind.
Dude, it's crazy.
One of them was like, if the sex has begun, just lay back and accept it. There's nothing you can do at this
Who
point.
was saying this?
Some Republicans.
Oh, like what?
Yeah.
actual
Oh.
politicians. I thought it was just people like
No, I thought it was
commenting and
just
saying
on
stupid
Twitter or
shit.
something.
So, I don't know if people are spoofing it. Could be people spoofing the Twitters. You know how the people fuck
Yeah,
around with that shit all the
Spoofing the
time,
Twitters.
right? But some of them were
Okay,
just
Dad.
huh?
Spoofing the Twitters.
Fuck you. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think people were just. And then there's another comment where it said if sex has begun and the female wants to stop it, it's not considered rape because you already started.
The one that like both parties
Yeah,
accept,
yeah.
like
Where
agree
they,
with
where they
it.
consent to it.
which
and
which I agree with because
girls got-
in a way because it's like there's been cases that they're like, oh, I did start, and then halfway through they're like, oh, rape.
Yeah.
then, no, I get. Okay, so I get the rape aspect of
Yeah.
it if the guy doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm talking about the other side. That you could be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna fuck this guy over.
Yeah, because you could just be like, "Oh, I don't want to anymore." Oh, now you're raping me.
Like all of a sudden, rape.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's rape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like both sides, but it's hard to fucking
oh,
figure
yeah,
out
it's
where.
a fucking crazy gray
Yeah,
area.
That's
It's
where
like, what do
Dave
you even-
Chappelle was ahead of his time.
Yeah, oh,
Sexual contracts.
Yeah.
The love contract.
The love contract.
You
You
have to
gotta have
sign,
one in place.
You have to sign if you're having consensual sex. You have to
what-
initial if you accept oral or anal.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Back to this abortion shit and stuff. So these lawmakers, they all like agreed to basically make it illegal. I forget how many years prison you get. Like it's like straight up like prison.
Yeah.
They banned this shit faster than fucking guns.
That's the crazy.
Which is fucking nuts. And so I forget how many years it is. Like actually, they want to. Basically, it's like a suggestion right now. It's out. The laws have been like passed, but they're still not
in place. Or
in place
something?
yet.
Yeah.
So most likely they're gonna get blocked just because how much outrage there is about like
That
From
and I
it?
think federally it is legal. So that's why
Yeah.
they're saying that the states, in certain cases, because federally it's accepted, cannot.
The
But
states
then the
weird
states
shit
is-
confuses
it
the
is
shit out of me
weird.
because like sometimes they go, oh, state has power over almost everything, but then why are you sniffing your mic?
I'm not.
Just making sure.
Just making sure.
You're so fucked.
Dude, I looked over and you're sniffing your mic. I don't know what the
I
hell
wasn't sniffing it.
I-
I was putting my face close to it so
Okay.
you could fucking hear me, you piece of shit.
don't talk about hearing.
Oh.
Let's not get into that.
The last couple episodes, all we could hear was you.
Well, then maybe you should speak up, you stupid
Okay.
bitch.
Whoa,
Or we can input it better, you know.
So much anger.
He's so upset.
He's so upset. Okay. Anyways, what was that? Oh, so the states like they make up their own fucking laws like their countries, but then like certain situations, the federal can
It
be
fucking
like,
makes no sense. They call themselves the
yeah.
United States of America, and the motherfucking states aren't even united.
well,
Yeah, because sometimes it's like with the weed stuff, they go state-wise. Well,
Yeah.
the state rules because federally it's banned, but
Yeah.
then now it's like, well, state saying it's banned, but then federally it's fine.
so it's very confusing.
yeah, because they were saying some fucked up shit about how if you left your state, went to another one where abortion was legal and stuff, and then went back home, you could still get slammed for doing
shut
it
the
out
hell
of
up.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're
And any
no,
like
it's a crime
doctor
here,
who performs
so, yeah.
any sort of abortion, you're gonna get fucked too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
is that the same
shit.
thing with like weed too? Then now
Yeah,
if you go to fucking
no,
Washington,
you
or-
you can't cross state lines.
Well, you can't cross state
With
lines.
weed.
Yeah.
No, I know that. Listen
Yeah.
to what I'm saying. If you go to Denver, get high as a motherfucker, come back, and it's still in your system, they're gonna be like, oh, in this state it's jail.
Well, if you're operating a vehicle, yes.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Be more clear then.
That it's in your system, as in like your blood or whatever. This
I
stuff.
don't know.
Because weed lasts like in your system for 30 days.
30
like,
days.
or
Yeah.
longer
Oh well,
even. It can be
in
longer,
urine,
it can be
urine,
shorter.
it could show up for up to 30 days.
Exactly. So if you get piss tested and it's like, well, I was out of state, but
Yeah.
like, was
Will you still
having
get
fun,
fired? Will you still this that?
Yeah, that's the weird gray area.
Gray, very gray.
You're tripping me out.
Yeah,
today.
what the hell are
What
you
are you
looking at,
looking
man?
at?
What's it to you? I'm
Dude,
just
you're-
looking
we're
around.
We're trying to talk here, and you're like looking like at the wall and shit. You're scaring me.
He looked over my shoulder like
Yeah,
5
you're
times.
over there.
Is there a ghost behind me?
Maybe.
Anyways,
It's this dim lighting. It's really setting the mood in here.
the abortions. It's a weird area, like, but you can't go crazy like, oh, just straight there. They're all you can't have abortion.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just ridiculous that like
Especially rape.
They're-
Hold on, sorry. Just the rape part. That's fucking insane.
yeah, that's
you have to
fucked
keep the
up
baby.
too.
That's
Yeah.
really fucked
That's
up.
the fucked up. If they kept that one out too, then it's like, oh, okay, you could think about it. But
Imagine
right
like,
when
the
you put that,
mental anguish about that all because
yeah,
like, you give birth to it and it's like that's the product of rape and it'll keep reminding you
Oh,
every
yeah.
day
Yeah.
like oh you got raped and that's the product right
Yeah.
there. And I'm sure like whatever these women who give birth to that like they're still gonna love that kid but
Yeah,
they're still
yeah.
gonna remember how the fuck it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just one of the worst mental things you could
Yeah.
do to somebody. Like,
Fuck
how
the thing all
fuck?
those guys were talking about we don't know shit.
I know.
But it's still just fucked up to think of it. Like it, like what if we had that? What if we had laws that we weren't allowed to do like shit with our body, which is like, just like anything. If we couldn't control our own body,
No,
that's
okay,
fucked
so
up.
so there's a meme going on. Like there's some, it's probably fake, but like a congressman or something. It's like, oh, they're gonna charge you $100 every time you masturbate, and
You're not even charged. It's like you're not allowed to. It's banned.
yeah,
I saw
banned.
that
So
one.
You're going to jail if
It's
you
a- it's a
masturbate.
fine.
I think.
No, it's a fine.
because you're killing the
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
before they've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
So
yeah,
like imagine
inseminated.
if that happened to us.
Yeah.
I know it's not
Trillions of
close
people.
to the rape and the
Yeah.
kid thing, but just that it'd be like, what the fuck?
Kevin would have a death sentence.
I'm just gonna go kill myself right now.
The amount of money he would owe, it would take him 5 lifetimes.
Guys,
to pay
I'm
back.
bankrupt tomorrow.
And that would be in 1 week.
So another really good meme was for Alabama. They're only putting this in law that you can't have abortions because nobody wants to live in Alabama. So they need the population.
The population keeps leaving. Yo, man, we gotta do something about this.
here.
But yeah, I'm like, what are you guys, pro-choice?
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's a woman's choice.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
100%.
your-
That should-
whatever the
it's
fuck
their,
you
it's
want.
their
Whatever
life,
you want.
It's
Yeah.
their life.
Yeah.
Nobody should have control over that.
Yeah. Like nobody should have control of what comes out of my body.
Sometimes even you don't have control over it.
I wish I could control that kid.
Yeah, it should be pro obviously choice. What is it? Yeah, pro choice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There's enough life anyway.
Preeti 2020.
We got to get geared up for your election platform here.
huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right around the
Hopefully-
corner.
Hopefully you don't slap sanctions on China like
Oh,
Trump
no.
is doing.
No.
No.
Yo,
China-
man, shit's fucked. Okay, so for a lot of people who don't know, the U.S. government has officially put sanctions on China, and a big part of it is by banning Huawei, officially banning Huawei. And now this really sucks for me because I just bought the most kick-ass fucking laptop in the world, which was a Huawei MateBook X Pro. It's such a fucking dope laptop. And now Google just announced, because of the exemptions, that they will no longer be supporting the Huawei phones, which are some of the fucking best phones you can buy.
And the best
as
camera.
well.
Yeah.
Best camera and stuff, with any software updates. And chances are Microsoft is going to follow suit with not supporting the Huawei laptops with security patches and whatnot as well. So I'm pretty pissed about that. And it fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks for anybody that owned one, but I'm just so lucky that I don't have one.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy though, because like it's kind of good in that Huawei was like, everyone fucking kind of knows that they're spying, they're stealing information, they're doing a lot of
I don't
shady
agree.
shit.
I don't agree.
You don't agree now?
What don't you agree to?
There's no proof. They still haven't found proof. And even
I don't know, man.
even the U.S.'s claim is baseless. That and very hypocritical at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
the
definitely
NSA,
hypocritical.
Yeah,
the-
100%.
The NSA fucking listens in
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
everything that
Yeah.
the U.S.
Yeah.
public is doing, but they're making this big issue that this one company is doing it. Think about the motives behind this.
Like, we can do it, but you
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
do it.
But look at also the motives. Huawei is now becoming bigger than Apple, so it's now defeating
Yeah.
America's company, right? The other real bad thing about this is it's going to stifle innovation, because the amount of innovation
Oh, that's true.
that
That's
Huawei
true.
has done and advanced and forwarded technology in that landscape, you're now killing off one of the biggest innovators,
Yeah.
right? There's a huge downside to this.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, it's one of those gray areas because, yeah, they're doing a lot of that kind of stifling of innovation and shit. But like, they definitely were doing shady stuff when different countries are starting to ban it, and they were definitely stealing like intellectual property. 100% they were stealing intellectual property.
So do you
and they
think
were-
another company is doing this? I agree with you 100%. The government is.
Do I think other companies do this?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, which do you think that Apple does this?
I think Apple, to a certain extent,
And that's the difference to a certain extent.
they have some compliance.
Yeah.
They have to, provide some sort. Even though they say that they're like the most secure and shit like
Yeah,
that, they have to provide backdoors. All these social networks, to a certain extent, have to provide this. Right? Google has to do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that it's like a lot of companies have to provide certain level of access to government and all that kind of stuff, which is no different than what Huawei has to do for the Chinese government.
But I think the difference is the Chinese government is technically like a dictatorship, so that makes a big difference.
Yeah, that does make a big
Even though our America's government is pretty fucked up right now and stuff, it is still technically a democracy.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem like it a lot of the time.
Maybe I'm just really salty because
I
their
you
think
are.
you're just
we
salty.
know. We know you're salty
because
of
their
that.
shit's just so good, and now it's like
No,
they
you can't
don't
even
have
use it.
I'm just so glad I never got to try any of it.
Yeah. But it definitely does show like the danger of how much fucking power Google and like Microsoft and just a very few companies have.
Yeah.
Where they can just be like, well, go buy Huawei stuff. You're fucked. Like, you can't do anything with it because we own all the software. We own everything you're gonna run off of it.
But
So fuck you.
wouldn't you still be able to do APKs on them?
No, so because they're all access to the Play Store is going to be banned.
No, but that's without the.
Yeah,
Play
that's
Store.
without the Play
Yeah,
Store.
you can. They're still going to have what is it called, ASOP, or there's like a open source version of Google,
Yeah,
right, that you can install and stuff. But all the Google services, what really makes it powerful,
Exactly.
Google Maps, Gmail, all that
Exactly.
is not going to be available, and no security updates. So, and then now Huawei already had a backup plan. They had already announced this, that if shit goes sideways, they're creating their own
Not Android.
UI, their own version of their operating system or
Cyborg.
whatever.
They're gonna call it Cyborg.
Their own operating system and stuff like that.
Skynet.
But
Oh shit.
at the end of the day, yes, it'll work in China because a lot of the Google services are restricted in China anyways.
Yeah.
But outside of China, they're basically fucked. They're done. So
Yeah.
That's insane.
it's not a good situation to be in.
No.
And again, I just think it stifles innovation, which is kind of terrible.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
It does kind of stifle innovation, but honestly, China's track record with intellectual properties and just doing stuff with innovation is they just steal each other's shit.
Yeah, I
and
would
take
fair.
over
That's
the
what they're best
market
with.
and then
But if
stop.
they steal it,
running
but they
it.
make it better
yeah,
too, though.
Yeah, if they steal it and make it better, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then once they get to the top of the food chain, they don't like everything has to go through them, and that's when they can stop innovating because you have no one else to turn to.
No, but
'Cause
then
nobody else can
but
gain
then
a
the next,
foothold in the
but
market.
then the next guy has to fucking one up them.
Everybody steps
but
their
that's-
game up.
that's the
It makes
problem.
everybody step their game up.
But because the Chinese government is so involved in Huawei, once they have that power, you think they're going to let another competitor from China start getting big?
No,
and start
I'm not saying for
taking
China.
over the-
I don't care if it's
but
from
this
China.
is the interesting thing.
But that's the thing. If Huawei takes a market share in the entire world, that's the Chinese government having a market share in the entire world.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to let other competitors from. It's going to be harder because they can do the Walmart shit. They can undercut until that other company goes under,
Yeah.
and then jack the prices up again. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, but I feel like I win at the end of that.
As
That's
long
what
as
they-
I'm paying a less, I'm
That's
good
what
to
they
go.
want you to feel because you feel like you're winning at first until you've lost.
Yo, this is the thing though. Like, okay, so you've got Huawei, right? And they keep always citing the same thing that Chinese law states that any Chinese company must provide access to the Chinese government, right? Every fucking thing is made in China.
Yeah.
OnePlus, another big company, huge disruptor in the cell phone. How is it any fucking different?
Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's just that that this one was blowing up.
It's because it was blowing up.
Yeah.
It's because they were an actual threat to
Yeah.
Apple,
Yeah,
Samsung,
yeah.
100%,
and all these other
100%.
companies.
Overtaking
It's
smartphones.
overtaking it,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And it started overtaking in the market share for laptops as well, because the amount of market share they took in 2 years because they came out with basically their MacBook fucking clones, but better because they have better port selection and better screens, all that kind of stuff. So they did it better. They stole the design and they fucking made it better, right?
Yeah.
That's honestly that's Apple's fault.
100%.
'Cause
And
they-
Apple's not an innovator anymore.
Yeah,
No, they
exactly.
aren't.
They've been at the same fucking
Yeah.
spot for
Yeah.
fucking a decade almost.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
almost like they wait till other people do it better and be like, now we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then they don't even do it better.
They don't. Yeah.
They just do it more expensive.
they try to put their own little spin on it and they
Yeah.
fuck up. Like they're so hell bent on making these super thin laptops
Yeah.
and they put the shittiest fucking
Yeah,
keyboards in them
exactly.
to the
Yeah.
point where now the keyboards have recalls.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah. And that's one of the things. Like I was like, oh, maybe I should just buy a MacBook, but then at the same time, like I don't want that fucking shitty ass keyboard.
Dude,
This laptop is just as thin and the keyboard is fantastic on it. And it's like, why can't you do the same thing? Like I don't understand it. Like how do these guys do a better job of building the exact same, like they have like exact same chassis. If you put them side by side, you're like, yo, is that a MacBook Pro?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these parts come from competing companies. Like iPhones, their screens are made by Samsung.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
This Samsung provides the fucking screens for their competitor.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense.
Yeah,
but
well,
they're
you're
different
still-
divisions
as long as
of
they
the-
make money at the
Yeah,
end of
it's
the day.
different divisions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So all the Chinese companies, they give the exact same information.
It's the Chinese law that if you're a Chinese company, that the Chinese government, if asked, you must provide access.
Was it just because like Huawei actually like gave all their information, or like
Again,
I
that's
don't
all
understand.
alleged as
'Cause,
well
yeah,
because they've
so-
never have.
so
there's that
basically-
other Xiaomi phone or whatever? Have
which
you-
is again same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Xiaomi's a
Chinese.
big company as well.
yeah, it's big, nice phones. It's
Yeah.
that one little slider one, and
Yeah.
it's actually pretty cool. And like that one, same shit. It's like, why isn't that shit banned? But Huawei is.
But this is what I mean. Like they're really going hard after Huawei, and then part of the going after Huawei is also something about something that happened in Iran. Like I don't know how many years ago. So if you look at what's going on right now geopolitically, like the U.S. is fucking with Iran right now as well,
Yeah.
and then they're fucking with Huawei, who did something like 10 years ago with Iran about some sanctions. So it's like it is all fucking political.
Oh yeah.
And
It's a bully game.
it is
Yeah.
a 100% bully game.
Yeah,
So-
because it kind of is like the states is losing their economical power because they don't manufacture stuff,
No.
they don't mine stuff as much.
yeah.
China and these other third world countries are starting to boost their economies and come up, and it's almost like America doesn't want them to do that,
Yeah.
so they're gonna put
It's
their
like, yeah,
thumb
no,
on it.
you need to be, dependent on us,
Yeah, exactly.
type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of this is.
Yeah, because that's how
coming
America
from.
got big anyway, was selling weapons to both sides of both the wars. So
Yeah.
until they decide to step in, and then it's, oh wait,
Oh, we're the heroes.
yeah, then it's, oh hey,
Yeah.
everyone else would have died unless we stepped in. We're the good guys. Yeah.
I don't know how they got these stuff made in
I
America.
know.
What is this made in America? I didn't make this.
You see that JetBlue that it just like took pictures of people and they don't have to like show like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
Instead of
when-
scanning boarding pass or handing
Yeah.
over passport, they just took a picture of
Yeah.
you.
that one
Those
girl made,
facial
one girl,
recognition.
she
yeah.
made such a big fuss about it. She's like,
Yeah.
How do you guys even
she's
have
like-
a picture?
she's like,
How do you
no,
guys?
they didn't even ask who she was.
Yeah,
They let her on
yeah.
the plane. And she's like, you haven't even checked any of my ID. She's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we already know who you are.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean you already know who I am?
Yeah.
And complete lack of privacy there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Complete
basically like
invasion of
JetBlue's like,
privacy.
oh, we know who you are because it matches our shit that's with Homeland Security, and she's like, wait a minute, so Homeland gave all of my information to you, a private company like
Yeah.
you guys,
Yeah.
and they're like, no, they just gave this information so we can match it up, but you can opt out of it if you want. And she's like, what the fuck?
She's like, I never opted into it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, the photos aren't provided to us because basically it's like they take a picture and they're like, oh, this matches this photo, but it's like, how the fuck do they already have your photo? And they're like, oh, the photos aren't provided to us, but are securely transmitted to the Customs and Border Protection database. JetBlue does not have direct access to the photos and doesn't store them. And then she's basically like, what the fuck? Like,
So, what do you guys think about this?
I think it's a huge invasion of privacy, which you're already giving up anyway.
It's already.
You know
gone.
what? The whole thing about my whole take on privacy is there is no fucking privacy.
There isn't.
Yeah.
You have to live with it
Yeah.
like how it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy it how
Yeah.
what we have.
You're
Like, That's
fine.
it.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like that this thing. Like yeah, I was like, oh, that's fucked up. But then I'm like, yo, man, I'm getting scanned there anyways. They know I'm boarding the
Yeah.
fucking plane
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? It just it looks like it fucking speeds up the process.
Yeah.
Which I'm all in for.
Yeah, because
Right?
you're kind of
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like they know your details. They know you got your passport. They
Yeah.
got all your other info.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the
What
problem with
else?
those
They make
having-
you- What-
they make you stand in that fucking
Yeah.
thing where it scans
Yeah.
your whole body. Probably
That's-
takes your blood type. You
Exactly.
fucking throw up the Illuminati symbol with your hands, and they scan the fuck out of you.
so
Yeah.
that thing like
Radiation.
my uncle,
Have you been in it?
No, my uncle was coming down for a trip to Vancouver,
Yeah.
and I overheard him telling the story to my dad guys, and he's like, yo, they wanted me to go through that new 3D scanner or whatever, right? And he's like, the girl was a brown girl. So he was like, "Fuck, I gotta show her what's up." He's like, so I quickly got hard, right? And he goes, "I had to show her, I got a fucking big unit down there, right? And she was gonna check my scan and shit." And I was like, I could sit there I'm overhearing the story, and I'm like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?" And he's talking about how he how he got a fucking erection just for the scan. So and then he walked by like kind of giving her like that,
Don't act like you're not impressed.
You like that? You like that? And I was like, holy shit. These guys are
That's
fucked, man.
crazy.
Yeah.
How do you get hard on so fast?
Fuck, I don't know. probably rubbed himself.
Yeah, he's
Gonna
probably
go.
staring at that girl then.
100%.
That's fucking gross.
Maybe he's into that
Imagine
kind
a
of
guy just about to go there, staring at you, just rubbing his head.
Hands in pockets, just moving, heavy breathing.
Aren't you gonna get fucking tackled? They're gonna be like, he's a
I
bomb! He's a
I
bomb!
honestly thought that. I was like, man, I'm surprised nobody kicked your ass for that one.
That's
But-
fucking
He's got a
hilarious.
pipe bomb in his
I
pants.
thought,
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest story
That's
ever. I
so
was
funny.
like, these guys are fucked. But anyways, when I posted like that I got the Huawei laptop, so many people commented back and they were like, "Oh, good luck. I guess you like Chinese government spying on you and this and
Shut
that."
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like
And I
your
was
friends?
Yeah, right. And I was like, okay. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, if you think you're not getting spied on in any way, shape, or form, and I'm like, and I'm pretty sure the Chinese aren't interested in me.
Dude, that's what
What cracks me up.
The only thing that I don't like is the video part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want no way of like somebody having a video of me like just hanging out at home.
Have you seen the innovation they have on the video camera on this one?
Yeah,
It's
that it
actually,
pops in.
It's actually
pops up.
hidden in the keyboard, and you have to pop it up.
That's a good one. That
Yeah.
you're.
So you're telling me the Huawei is more secure?
It is. That's the funny part.
That's fine.
They value security.
But yeah, as long as I'm not like, if you're listening to me anywhere, dude, what the fuck are you doing listening to me? Like, what do I got for you?
You're gonna get dumber.
You're gonna be like, what? What?
You know what? I think we're gonna have to stop spying on this guy.
Congratulations, you just wasted a lot of time in your life that you're not gonna get back.
So yeah, you gotta live with it like that. You gotta be like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. who
Yeah, I
gives
think
a
the
fuck?
video is the creepiest.
I hate videos.
The video is creepy.
Video, I can't deal with videos. Like if somebody has a video of me, it pisses me
I
off.
have so many videos of
I
you.
know. This fucking guy has files of us, dude.
Oh, I know. He's a fucking
Okay,
Okay,
like,
change the topic, guys.
fucking.
This fucking creep over
I
here.
know.
This isn't about me. Fucking China. They're fucking spying on us.
You're the new China.
Good jokes.
Hey, maybe he works for China. We don't fucking know.
He has Huawei
He
stamped
did
on his
have
back.
a Huawei phone for a little bit.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Was that a
that's how they got
complimentary
you.
phone?
Yeah.
Say thank you for all your service. Here's the Huawei phone.
So yeah, the spying and
Yeah, that's fine.
but I do like I remember you used to cover up your Xbox.
Oh, yeah, the Connect.
Yeah, the Connect and like because I don't know. Yeah, I get fucking weird about those fucking when you're doing stupid shit, especially.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I want my camera covered. Like, fuck that.
Camera, like, okay, look, it still has a mic, right? Remember the Connect thing? Still had a mic. I didn't give a fuck about the mic. You could like hear me jacking off. I don't give a shit, right?
That would be a very like not a very nice sound.
Not a very okay, Joe. Relax.
That wasn't me. That was you.
That was you. That's what you sound like.
You didn't have to give us a demonstration, Preeti, on how it sounded.
You guys are going with the fucking Huawei employee. What the fuck was I sucking something off? Or something?
We don't know what you do.
Anyways, but like I had to cover the fucking camera. Even when I had like when I have my MacBook, I used to put the sticky pad thing on top of the camera thing. I don't give a fuck about audio, but video fucking creeps me out.
Didn't what's his face Zuckerberg have that too? He would fucking
does.
cover his camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got a picture of him. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
So he knows.
I know. I recently started putting, well, not on the laptop, but on the desktop. I recently started putting a tape on it too.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, shit's kind of fucked.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, you do that, but then there's no tape on your phone.
That's the one. Okay,
Yeah,
but
There's cameras
That's-
on both sides.
but
Yeah, you can put
Go
it face
on.
down, you put it the other way. It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter anymore. It's always recording you.
the phone one, we have the option of like putting it away, this, that, so it's okay.
You can slide it in your pocket.
Yeah, pocket,
Yeah.
whatever.
Just dark
That
all the
one
time.
I'm still okay with. Like usually, it's looking at the ceiling or some
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
right?
it's either if you put it down, it's either looking
Yeah.
at the ceiling or looking at your face while you're
Face.
fucking.
I'm okay with face
playing
while
on
I'm web browsing or some shit.
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a fuck about that.
Even when you're in incognito mode.
Huh? Buddy, I don't even go in incognito.
That's crazy.
Yo,
That's
you're,
it.
you're living life on the edge,
Yeah.
man.
No, I'm living life freely, buddy. You guys are prisoners of this shit.
Prisoners of our own desire.
I go to my history, go to
He's like,
I remember this
find a
one.
good one from last week or
he's
something.
like, I know exactly where this one is. I bookmarked it.
No, but the way I have it is I have a separate web browser just for that.
Well,
Bing.
Firefox?
It's Bing.
Firefox.
No, Opera. I love that. That fucking web browser is fucking fantastic, man.
Yo,
I almost sometimes want to switch fully into that one.
Well, it's less resource heavy than.
Yeah, it's so much faster.
I didn't realize how fucking resource heavy Chrome was
Chrome is
Yeah.
so.
until I was looking at some. I was looking at the CPU usage
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
computer, and I was like, "Yo, something's just not fucking feeling right."
Yeah.
And then the only thing that was running was Chrome, and then I think you told me you're like, "Yeah, man, Chrome takes a shit ton of resources."
Because and then you add extensions,
Yeah.
this, that to help you out. Yeah, at the end of the day, it makes
It's
everything
fast.
faster because you're doing other shit, right? But if you're just strictly web browsing, another like Opera will do it way faster, and Opera provides free VPN as well.
Free?
Yeah, but it's like It's weird. You have to fuck around with it.
Oh.
It's like free, meaning as in, it won't work for your whole fucking phone, right? It's for the browser. So
yeah. So
right?
it's only for the browser.
Yeah. But it's easy for just.
You know what you guys should be using is Ecosia. It's all the ad revenue they generate, they donate to global what's it called? Like environmentally helping.
It sounds like I'm gonna get
stuff.
bombarded with a lot more ads.
Yes,
just to generate
I'm
the
like, what
revenue.
are you talking
Right
about?
when you
ads?
get all the ads.
right when he said,
No, because like
I don't get you.
no,
ads,
because
I mean.
Google and stuff, they make money off you searching, off you
Yeah, but I
looking at
barely
stuff.
see that shit. It's like in the background. It's like,
Yeah, and it's the same on this.
I doubt it. This one's probably in your face. Probably pop up after pop up
No,
after pop up.
Let's try it out.
Right?
Look, it says 57 million
Why is it?
trees
Why is
planted.
it trying to sell you a dildo right now?
It goes by search history.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that. Wasn't
The
Fire,
only thing I could think of.
wasn't
Yeah, dude, it looks just like Chrome.
wasn't
What's it-
Firefox
oh, that's
supposed
not
to come in the new version of it with built-in VPN? Well, I guess that's similar to Opera, right?
Firefox?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. I haven't heard of Firefox for a while. I haven't fucked around with it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't fuck with Firefox because what are you gonna have? Like, what am I gonna have? 3 web browsers now? What do I need the third one for?
true.
Terrorist attacks?
It's weird. My kids at school, they use
Yo,
Firefox.
man, you just got our
Really?
podcast
Yeah.
flagged.
Flagged.
My daughter was asking me, she's like, hey, do you have Firefox? And I'm like, I know, yeah, I don't have it, but I know what it is. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you asking? She's like, oh, that's what we use at school. Because she thought it was like a program,
Oh,
right? So she's like, I need Firefox to go
Do
on this.
this
On this
Jonah's like, sure, let me show you. Just blows the dust off his old laptop, opens it up. Let me show
Right.
you.
yeah,
what
like
Firefox was.
I have Firefox on my work computer. It's on there like normal, but I don't fucking use it.
who goes out of their way to install Firefox, though?
I don't know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it's an old computer.
I remember Firefox gained some traction a while back.
Oh yeah. It was
were getting
gaining a
pretty
lot of traction
Yeah.
back then. Yeah,
And then
because it was because the
It's
thing
before
is
the transition to
you-
Chrome.
Yeah, it was before
It's like
Chrome.
right
Yeah,
in
it was
between.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's funny because it's because Internet Explorer just
It was so
sucked.
shitty.
Like,
yeah.
imagine if that one was good, no one would ever use a different
know.
one.
I know.
yeah.
Think about that.
But they did such a bad
Such a bad job that it opened
Yeah.
the industry.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's nuts because
Even they dumped their code and are doing a
Yeah, they redid it.
Chromium based.
yeah, they redid it, and now it's actually not bad.
based now.
Yeah.
It's actually
Which
not
is
bad now.
hilarious.
Is
It's
it?
actually it's
Yeah.
not bad now. Because I use both those on my work ones now. So I
Well,
use
why don't you guys just ask Jeeves?
That was the original Google.
Original Google.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that
Ask
crazy?
Jeeves.
Imagine if you had that company. You're like, oh, we got a brilliant idea here, though, guys. And then all of a sudden, Google comes and takes over. Oh.
The shit's all over you. And let's just say you had an option to sell, and you're like, no, we're gonna fucking blow these guys up. We've been doing it way longer. Fuck
Yeah.
these guys.
Jeeves knows way more.
Yeah. look how basic these guys are. All it says is ask. what kind of shit is this? Where's the Jeeves?
Who are you asking? Who are you asking?
Yeah.
Nobody knows who you
Who's
are.
gonna answer
What's
you?
a Google?
What's a Google
It's not even a
about?
person. Yo.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Internet Explorer fucking up and Safari. Because Safari kind of...
Safari
It
was
was way
pretty
better,
shitty
though.
too, though.
Way better than Internet Explorer, though.
It was.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know how it is now. I still
Does it
don't
run
use
Flash?
No,
Not
they don't-
really.
They don't.
Still?
They don't do Flash.
Still.
Yeah.
You
they-
can get it too, but it's not easy.
Oh, okay, so it's like not a normal thing.
No, because this is a whole thing that started with Steve Jobs hating
Flash
the
and
guy
stuff.
who owns Adobe or the founder of Adobe. They got in a fight and he's like, yeah, you know what, fuck you, I'm never gonna support your shit.
Yeah.
Why
that-
wouldn't he create his own then?
He did.
Oh, he did.
That's
But
how,
just that everybody still uses Flash.
The
well,
problem
no,
is,
everyone's going away from Flash now. Flash
Really?
is dying too because everyone's going to HTML5,
oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
So Flash is basically almost dead. The reality is the amount of
I don't
security,
know. My schooling stuff is still.
the amount of security risks you have with Flash are like insane. Like if you're talking about like
It's just
being-
straight, it's almost open kind of thing.
that, and it's so easy to embed like viruses, malware, all that kind of stuff. Flash is like fuck. Like Flash is like basically installing a virus on your shit. Like I
You're
want
just flipping a
Yo,
coin.
why the hell is fucking Nest getting hacked so much?
Nest isn't getting hacked. So this
What?
is the thing. People are fucking stupid. Is what it is. You know when
I
you-
agree.
You know when you have a router and the default settings are for the username is admin and the password is password,
Yeah.
and you leave it like that.
Oh.
That's what's fucking happening.
That's how people are getting hacked.
People get their Nest cameras. They don't fucking put a username on it properly. They don't put a proper what's it called, password on it.
Yeah.
And then they probably have an open fucking Wi-Fi as well.
Yeah.
So somebody
What?
Yeah.
People still have
people are
open
stupid,
Wi-Fi.
dude. People are stupid, right? Or their Wi-Fi password.
Wait, no, wait.
Or their
Actually, hold
Wi-Fi
on.
password is password.
No, what?
Open Wi-Fi is actually kind of beneficial now with the way our piracy laws are and shit. Because you can actually be like, if you pirate stuff and stuff, but you have an open
yeah.
No,
Wi-Fi, you can be like, hey, somebody else did that. I didn't fucking download
They
that
don't
shit.
care.
Yeah,
You're paying for the
responsible.
ISP. You're responsible.
Is it still?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a couple emails.
Yeah. So it wasn't that people were getting hacked. It's just that they never changed their passwords, and people just sit there all day long. Like, oh, I wonder what this guy's username and login is. Oh shit, I got in. Now I can.
Yeah.
Now I can see his shit.
Now I could cook them up.
Now I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, it's the same way everyone says on Facebook, oh, my Facebook got hacked and shit. It's like, no, somebody had grabbed your phone and your Facebook was already unlocked. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean you got hacked. It just...
Oh yeah.
Or your
Like-
security questions was, what's your dog's name? And you post
Yeah.
all day long about your dog.
Yeah.
Where do you live? You have it in your profile where you live, and your security questions are weak as fuck, and you don't have two-factor authentication set up, which everybody should.
What?
Two-factor
Oh,
authentication.
yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
It fucking pisses me off
Why
sometimes.
It
is
is-
the authentication so weird?
I don't know. It's not rolling off my tongue the way I want it to.
It's not authentic.
Yeah. But anyways, you guys should have
Yeah, you must.
or
You must.
multi-factor authentication, however you want to look at it. But
I think it's because the
especially
word is
for
authorization. Isn't
Huh?
it? Two-factor
No,
authorization?
no, it's authentication.
No,
Yeah.
authentication.
yeah,
But he's just saying it weird.
yeah, I am saying it weird. But anyways, you should secure your shit.
Yeah,
Right? And this is the thing, like, well, you guys know this. All you guys are on my guest Wi-Fi. I don't even give you guys my real Wi-Fi.
What are you
Fucking bitch.
You told me that time.
You're a coward.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Check your phone. You're on my guest.
I'm joking.
100%. And the
How
reason
dare
being
you.
is I don't
Yo,
want
you know what? Everybody download a torrent right now.
go for it. You're on my guest network. I have it limited.
What do you mean?
I can still torrent
I have
stuff.
it limited on how much fucking bandwidth you guys get in the whole 9 yards.
Okay, bandwidth, but I can still download.
Yeah.
You're capped on your downloads while you're here too.
What do you mean?
On how much of my data you can use. Every fucking device
much
on my
is it
guest
capped?
network.
How much is it capped?
I ain't telling you guys.
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
I know.
I'm
It's
gonna
all capped
all
out.
I'm gonna do is download one picture of a very bad picture.
Well, it's
for
going to
it.
be
It's
something bad.
It's gonna be on your device.
Oh yeah, fuck! I didn't think about it that far. I'm just trying to screw you over.
Download away, you dummy. But anyways, I always tell people this. I'm like, somebody's like, oh yeah, I've got renters. I'm gonna give them my Wi-Fi or whatever. I'm like, why the
That's
fuck would you do that? Why would you want this individual having full access? Once they're on your Wi-Fi, you're basically giving them access to all your files, all your shit. Anything you share, they can see it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So don't be a dummy.
Moral of the story: don't give anybody your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, don't set up a guest network and give them your guest network. Do not give your main network to anybody, unless it's me. That's funny. I remember Gajol got married. When Gajol got married, when we went,
Yeah, that would
I
sound
remember
weird.
that too. Sometimes.
when,
Well,
we,
on to the next thing.
when we went to his wife's house for dinner, first question I asked is, "Yo, what's your Wi-Fi?"
Shut the hell up.
Dude, man, it was such a data-heavy day that day, posting shit all day long of his wedding and stuff. I was like, I need to get on some fucking Wi-Fi here. I need to ease
I'm
the
burning
pain.
through my shit.
I'm burning through my shit here.
Then he hacked their whole shit. And
And then he sat there and just downloaded all the files.
And that's how I listen to their Nest cams.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's not Nest getting hacked. It's just people are stupid.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better because I was like thinking about getting that. I was like, "Fuck, people are gonna hack in and change my temperature and shit. Fuck, it's gonna be cold when I want it hot. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that'd
hot
be
when-
so funny. That'd be
Again,
so funny.
it's got two-factor authentication
Yeah.
on it. So make sure you set up your security protocols, and you're good to go. All my shit's Nest. I'm gold. Don't hack me, please.
Don't hack me, please. Please. Pretty
Some people are just really good.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, some people can get
Yeah,
past all
yeah.
that shit, no problem.
Yeah.
Get to the back doors and all that.
Oh, anyways, I think that's enough for today.
Is it? Okay.
Let's wrap it up. Thank you all for joining us. Much appreciated. Hit us up at ltbcast. Oh, and wait a second. Thought of the day.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Preeti, you
Don't-
look like
don't-
you have thought of the
No,
day.
no, I was pointing at you like you
fucking-
forgot something.
You're raising your hand.
No, this guy's ready.
Well, you.
Why you get it? Okay.
Well, there's the thought of the day.
Yeah,
Make
keep-
sure you guys have secure your shit.
Yeah.
You
Thought
know,
of the day, don't be dumb.
Don't complain about privacy if you're not going to take the necessary precautions of securing your own data.
Yeah.
Limit what you post like some people post their entire fucking lives on social media.
Has anybody
Like-
seen the fucking show You?
No.
On
Yeah,
Netflix?
man.
Oh, yeah.
Look
Oh,
at how
dude,
much shit
yeah.
that guy did.
If you haven't seen You, it's like this guy basically he likes this girl and then he starts stalking her, and this guy's super stalk. And
It'll show
actually,
you
no,
how
he's not
easy.
even super stalking. He's just going by what she posts on Instagram.
It
and
kind
shit
of
like
shows
that.
you how fucking easy it is
Yeah.
to learn everything
Yeah.
about you just with a simple few searches.
Dude, it was simple just on like Instagram and Facebook, and that's about it. And you
Yeah.
like Google, and that's it. He fucking found out exactly her schedule, found out exactly how to fucking
Where
basically
she
manipulate
goes,
her,
yeah.
make her fall in love with him, and then he fucked her shit up.
Yeah, and the reality.
Spoiler, you fucking bitch.
Fuck you. It's been out for a while.
it
we
has
had this
been out for a
talk.
lot.
It's been
People
out
should have
for-
watched it already.
Yeah.
Anyways, great show. Great show. Go and watch it. There's
I
gonna
wasn't
be
gonna. I wasn't gonna watch
on
it
Netflix.
anyways.
I recommend it.
I don't
Yeah,
watch
it's,
shit like
it's
that.
actually good.
No, it's
It
actually
is
really
really
good.
good.
Okay, but I don't watch it like that.
And the
Anyways,
season
go
2
on.
is gonna come out soon.
Okay,
anyway.
cool.
But anyways, protect your fucking shit. Like some people go so crazy they even post like every routine they have.
Even their boarding pass.
Like dude, like, and that's the other,
There's passport.
yeah. Somebody posted their movie tickets one time, and I was like, I could literally just take that,
Yeah.
get there before
Oh,
you,
it was the
scan
it.
your fucking movie
Yeah.
pass.
it was the fucking email thing.
Yeah.
The actual
yeah.
code.
They took a screenshot of the email.
They took a screenshot of the email of the QR thing,
Posted
right?
it.
Saying, "Yo, I'm watching this movie tonight," and it's like, "You're a dumbass. I can literally get there before you. Watch the fucking
Not
movie."
watching it
And they're
anymore,
gonna scan
idiot.
your shit. You're like, "Sorry,
You're already in there.
You already went in."
Yeah.
Sitting in their seat.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
totally chump them. But anyway, secure your shit. Take the necessary precautions. If you need a hand, just email us at ltbcast@gmail.com. My rates are very affordable. I'll come set your shit up.
Your passwords make them like complicated, not fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 and shit.
Preeti sent me a password one day for something that I needed a password for, and it was the most fucking complicated password in the world.
Gibberish.
And I go to him like, "How the fuck do you even remember this?" He's like, "I don't need to. My phone remembers it for me."
Google remembers for you. Why the fuck
I know,
would you?
but
want
what
to
if
do?
you-
They
But then
have
what
those
happens
now.
when you don't?
I know.
Yeah.
What?
Where they
They
create
have
it for you.
recommended passwords,
Yeah.
and they're like fucking capital.
I know, it's like
It's W-I-X,
Q7X dash to
So
find
you guys
out.
don't use those?
I don't use those.
No.
Why?
Because
'Cause
I'm
I can't
scared.
remember
Like,
shit.
because I'm scared if like I'm not on like a Google service
Yeah.
or I'm using somebody else's something and I need to sign in. I'd rather just do my own two-factor authentication.
No, I fucking take a screenshot of it too.
Well, that's not very secure now, is it?
Oh shit.
You are the fools that we're talking about right now. You are one of them. You fuck.
That makes it even fucking easier.
You are
I
literally
made a
just
huge
like the
mistake.
people we're talking about who screenshot their movie tickets. You fucking idiot.
No, they're posting it up. I'm just saving it on my phone.
You're a
for
little
later.
bit ahead of us.
That's not secure.
That literally defeats the whole fucking purpose of you doing the long password. That literally defeats the whole fucking purpose. You fool.
He's looking at us like we're the retards for not doing
He's
it.
like, duh.
Take a screenshot.
Screenshot
You
it.
idiot.
Yeah.
If you can't remember it, you just put it on Facebook. You just post it right there.
Oh, man. Anyways,
That's just good stuff.
I gotta rethink all this now.
I gotta rethink my life.
thank you all for joining us. Hit us up at ltbcast@gmail.com, ltbcast on Instagram. We love your guys' comments and your support. Keep it coming. Until the next one, peace.
Woo woo.
Yeah.